Over the last 13 or so years here at Survival on Purpose, we have looked at a lot of different types of survival gear. Well, today we're going to talk about protecting one of the most important natural survival resources that most of us are born with, our vision. Most of us have two eyes, and I think we could agree that it's really important to protect them. So whether you wear prescription glasses like I do or sunglasses, chances are really good that at some point in your day-to-day life you wear some glasses. And with so many eyewear companies out there, it can be pretty confusing to figure out which ones are best for you. So, in today's video, I'm going to tell you why I chose Wiley X for the glasses I bought 5 years ago. This is one pair of them. Give you an honest 5-year kind of follow-up review, tell you how well these things have served me, whether I like them, pros and cons, and whether I would buy them again. And I'll give you a really quick look at a couple of new pairs of glasses that Wiley X was kind enough to send me. That's what's coming up next here. Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me for today's video where, as I said, we're going to talk about protecting these two very, very valuable natural survival resources that hopefully you were born with. But first, as usual, today's words of wisdom from the Bible. Today's wisdom is from the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 18 in the NLT. A hot-tempered person starts fights. A cool-tempered person stops them. And, of course, a big thank you to my friends at Hog Holsters for sponsoring today's video. Hog Holsters are the most comfortable, most concealable holster I ever tried. Once I found Hog Holsters, I just quit looking. Hog Holsters are 100% made in the USA down to the very screws, painstakingly handcrafted one by one to fit your specific pistol model. No one size fits all at Hog Holsters. And if you use the coupon code Survival on Purpose, all one word, you'll be glad you did. That's Hog Holsters, helping Americans wear guns. Alrighty, so now I said we're going to talk about protecting these peepers in the front of your face here, and why I bought and chose Wiley X glasses to protect my peepers 5 years ago. How have they done, and how well have they performed? Would I buy them again? And take a look at a couple of the pairs that they recently sent me. Let's just start at the beginning. Around 2021, about this time of the year, first of the year, I went for my every few years annual eye exam, and I had a slight prescription change, which was enough of an excuse for me to finally get rid of those transitions, automatic darkening lenses that I absolutely hated because they never got light enough when I was inside. I didn't like them. Also, if like me, if you've been to very many firearms training classes or even public ranges, you've probably heard the term eyes and ears. And if you didn't pay enough attention to that over the years, you might be one of us who watch TV with the closed caption on. Thankfully, hopefully, you can still see the TV to see the closed captioning. And thankfully, they do make hearing aids, but I haven't seen any seeing aids. Maybe Elon's working on that. Who knows? Anyway, I do a lot of shooting, and I work in construction, so I thought, you know what? Maybe I should look at some glasses that would offer some protection for these valuable resources in front of my face. And I wanted to get some kind of wraparound sunglasses that really cut the light coming in from all sides and protected my eyes from brass flying into the side and stuff like that, especially in a training class. And to be honest, Wiley X was not the first company I looked at. I went to another well-known eyeglass company that is known for making, tactical style glasses, and I was told that they were unable to provide the glasses that I wanted in my prescription, which is not that strong, but it's got some, I have some astigmatism. So I'd heard about this Wiley X glasses company that was a major supplier to the U.S. military, so I figured I'd check them out. I jumped on their website and found out they have over 100 different styles of glasses, and that all their adult glasses are, let me read this to you, ANSI, ANSI Z87.1 plus safety rated and OSHA approved. Some are even ballistically rated higher than that. So that sounds cool. What does that mean? Well, here's where the notes come in. So the ANSI ANSI Z87.1 plus safety rating means, this is pretty cool. All Wiley X ANSI rated frames and lenses must withstand the impact of a 1/4 inch, 25.25 inch diameter steel ball traveling 150 feet per second. For the goggles, that's 250 feet per second. And some, like these Roamer 3s that I bought 5 years ago, are rated to meet the MIL-PRF-32432A ballistic safety standards, which involves firing a .15 caliber projectile at a velocity of 700 to 725 feet per second at the eyewear. You know, if Ralphie had worn these, his mom wouldn't have had to worry. While doing my research, I also learned that they use something called Captivate lens technology, which filters out ambiguous light, increasing clarity and definition with excellent contrast and clearer detail, and blocks UV and HEV lights, which are kind of like the blue tinted lights. This is straight from their websites, but I can tell you from my personal experience, it is not just marketing hype, it's for real. They also have multiple lens colors to provide situation-specific benefits in variable light conditions. We're going to take a look at a couple of different lens colors, which I think is cool too, just to have some choices. So anyway, it looked like Wiley X had exactly what I needed, but before I got my hopes up, I gave them a call, spoke to someone in their prescription department to find out if they could make glasses that I wanted in my prescription. And it turns out the answer is yes. In fact, they accommodate a wider range of prescriptions than any other tactically rated eyewear company. So that's pretty cool. And what was really cool, I talked to somebody at Wiley X about that. He said, you know, right now there's a company called Frames Direct online, and they're having a heck of a sale. You can save about 50% on our glasses. And they are like an authorized distributor, so you're getting exactly the same glasses you'd get if you bought them direct from us, which I thought was also pretty cool to tell a prospective customer, hey, you can save money by buying these somewhere else. That's just the kind of, that to me was a good indication of the level of integrity that company has and that their employees have. So I hopped on over to Frames Direct and bought myself this pair of regular glasses, and I bought myself this pair of sunglasses. All that to say, that's why I decided to go with Wiley X and why I bought my first two pairs of Wiley X glasses 5 years ago. So how have they performed? Would I buy them again? Pros, cons. Here's the honest review part of the video. So first of all, let's talk about the glasses I bought. And I had to look these up because I couldn't even remember all the details on them. These are Worksight WX Profile, and they are ANSI Z71, Z8 7.1 plus, whatever. They're rated. Okay, these are ANSI rated and OSHA rated for protective eyewear. I got the hickory brown frame, which may be discontinued now, with clear lenses, anti-scratch coating, and the blue blocker coating. And I said these have served me well now for literally 5 years. For sunglasses, I bought these Romer 3s. The only way you can see. There we go. And they are rated even higher at the, I got to read this, MIL-PRF 32432A ballistic safety standard, the one where they shoot something a whole lot faster at them. I got the matte black gray frame with gray polarized lenses, anti-fog, anti-reflective, and anti-scratch coating. So how have these two glasses performed for 5 years for me? This is the Profiles and the Romer 3s. And I got to say, I've got no complaints. They're both very comfortable. They both have excellent visual clarity, and they also are both rock solid, super tough. As John Cameron Swayze used to say on Timex commercials, they have taken a licking and kept on ticking. Okay, that's a paraphrase, and if you're old enough, you'll remember that. But really, honestly, I can only say I've had 2 issues with either one of these frames, these glasses, in 5 years. The first one was really a minor annoyance, and the second one was an absolute total heartbreaker. Tell you about the first one first, the minor one first. So this is Profiles, right? The bridge on these things is just a little bit wider than my nose. So what happens is I put them on, and they tend to, especially if I'm sweating, they tend to slip down a little bit like this. Just a little bit. Like I said, a minor annoyance. And what I did, I just got on the old Amazon, bought some little bitty silicone pads that just stick right on here, and I'll just clean them off with an alcohol wipe and stick the pads on, and they last weeks or months depending upon the conditions these things are in. As a matter of fact, they fell off literally. The last pair I put on fell off today. One of them fell off, and I took the other one off so it wouldn't be crooked. But I'll probably put those back on after this video is over. But they stay up, but I have to keep doing that, that thing there. Once I put the pads on it, they work fine. So, like I said, minor annoyance. But what about the heartbreaker? Well, that happened just a couple of months ago. And I got to say, after wearing these Romer 3 sunglasses through multiple dynamic classes, running, gunning, rolling, crawling, at Tactical Response and Gun Sight and Thunder Ranch and other places, and on multiple construction sites, I dropped them on a rough concrete sidewalk, and see if I can show you. Let's see if I can show you that. Can you see those scratches right in the middle, right there? That's not just a scratch. That face down on concrete, man, really bummed me out. It's entirely my fault. I can't blame Wiley X for that. And they actually still work, and I can still wear them. But those little, it just so happens that those little chips are right in front of my pupil. Anyway, so bottom line, I bought these things 5 years ago. Have they been worth the money? Would I buy them again? That's always a question people ask. Would you buy them again with your own money? Especially if somebody sends me something. Well, yes, I would. In fact, I did. And I'll tell you about that real quickly. So I reached out to Frames Direct about replacing just the lens on this, because they have to send it back to the prescription department and stuff. And just get new lenses on these. I thought maybe that'd be cheaper than buying the whole set of glasses. And as is often the case with online business, they said, look, you know what? We're having a sale again. We can send you a brand new pair cheaper than you can replace the lenses, because you got to send it back and forth and all that. I get that. So yes, I did. I bought a new pair, and here's what I chose for this new one, just to show you. Same Romer 3s, because I really like that style. This time with green mirror lenses, a little bit different. And man, I tell you, this is like, these things have a green with a copper base, and what does it say they're supposed to do? It says they cut haze, enhance color contrast, and improve depth perception. And you know what? They really do. They brighten. You think it would not. It brightens things up, and gives you. It's just, man. I call these my happy glasses, because the world looks like a happy place when I'm wearing them. And then I'll just keep these for my rough duty. Oh, by the way, this is the case the original Romer 3s came in, and this is the hard shell case the new ones came in. Let me show you one other thing. You can see that case. See the little slots in there. So I know we've been talking about prescription glasses, but if you don't wear prescription glasses, maybe you have contacts or whatever, you need non-prescription sunglasses. Like the Romer 3s come with three different interchangeable lens colors. I think they have a gray, a clear, and the amber one. So that's pretty cool too. All for this, I think they're around $100, so that's not crazy expensive for a really high quality pair of glasses. So I said I was going to show you the couple of new pairs that Wiley X was kind enough to send me. I actually connected with them at SHOT Show last year, was talking to them, and they offered to send me a couple pair when I got my new prescription. And for sunglasses, I chose these. These are the Omega, the matte black frame, Captivate polarized bronze mirror lenses. And I went with bronze because bronze is kind of a jack of all trades as far as color. It allows a little more light transmission on cloudy days and in low light conditions, but still protects your eyes from the sun and from the UV and the blue rays and all that. So just a little bit different. Still got the wraparound, protects the side of your eyes, still keeps that sun out. It closes in pretty good here. Just really useful sunglasses. And for my non-sunglasses, I chose these, the Epic with the matte gray frame. They've got the blue blocker lenses and all that stuff. Really good. They're ANSI rated. They have removable little side shields that just clear shields. They clip right in here. You can take them on and off very easily if you need that side protection for safety ratings. Chuck Norris can stand faster than you can run. Okay, that's it. I really hope this video has been useful and helpful. Remember, your eyes are precious. Don't take them for granted. Please protect them. So thanks again to the folks at Wiley X, not just for hooking me up with a couple of pair of glasses, but for maintaining their commitment to producing quality eyewear that really protects your eyes. And of course, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.